And all right, we're live. What's up? Oh yeah, pull it up. Oh, that's a new video. Yeah.
Yeah, what I might have it playing.
Yes,
in the back.
absolute queen. I gotta get the chat pulled up on my phone. What's up, gang? You can talk here too.
Hello.
Hello. So we're doing this commentary with a special guest. It is Mrs. the Bear.
Hello.
Hello. All right. So today, what we're doing is obviously a commentary, director's commentary. Same bleep, different day. Gamers. All right. Let's pull up the old. That's that. All right. Get some people rolled up in here. Notifications. Come on, YouTube. Come on, YouTube. Hop to, buddy, old pal. Oh my gosh. Come on, subscriptions. Come on. Hey, there it is. Director's commentary. Director's commentary. Oh, Johnny. What's up, my man? What is up, Johnny? Johnny, old buddy. All right. I'm going to share this real fast while we get some folks in here, while we get everybody rolling in. Mrs. the Bear, is there anything you want to say besides hi? Hello.
Hello.
Instead of hi. So we're going to be having... Maddie's here with me today, so we're going to be doing some director's commentary together. She's going to be able to ask me questions real time, make comments, what have you, if she feels the desire to do so. I'm gonna at everyone because I can. Everyone. Director's commentary. Oops. Alright. So this video, first of all, is killing it so far in terms of views and watch time and things of that nature.
Woo!
Woo! Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So let's see here. Let's see what the current status is. Also, people rolling up. That's how many people are viewing right now. That's how many people are here all at once. That's how many people have liked. And then revenue, if anybody gives me like a super chat or whatever. And then members, if anyone joins the membership.
Wow.
Yeah. Slice of life. Hello from the UK. Hello from the US. What's up, man? Welcome in from the UK.
Totally behind the scenes here.
This is some cool stuff, I know. How can you guys? Is everything okay as far as your audio? Do you hear her okay? I can actually pull up on my phone too if I wanted to. How can you guys? Is everything okay as far as your audio? Do you hear her? I'm gonna kick the gain up a hair because I have a feeling, especially because you're a little bit farther away. Where's the gain knob? There she is. You hear that?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that was really loud. I'm sorry, guys. Yeah. So the gain, what that does is it increases the distance in which it can pick up. So I cranked it up just a little bit.
They said the audio sounds fine.
All right. Thanks for reading the chat. Look at you. She's going to be a streamer one day, guys. Mm-hmm. She's a proper streamer. She's already reading the chat and everything.
I got to make sure that I actually read the comments since you don't read mine. So.
Bro, I do read yours. Jeez, man. We've been streaming for 2.5 minutes and she's already out here calling me out. All right.
Well,
golly.
I'm just speaking the truth.
Man, this is brutal out here. This is brutal. All right. Let's see. Just reached 100 subs last week because I uploaded more videos because I was inspired by you. Oh, dude, that's awesome. Everybody, round of applause. Ab of all trades. Well done. Thank you. I'm glad I was able to inspire you, and also that's so cool, dude. 100 subs. Your first 100 subs is one of the best feelings in the world. So congratulations. That's actually huge. Let me send woo. Dad says the mic adjustment helped. Good deal. And honestly, it's probably good. If it's good. We're gonna leave it here. I'm not gonna overdo it. All right. So we have the newest video. I'm gonna pull up the analytics because I can. Because I'm obsessed. So it's 1 of 10, which if you know YouTube speak, you know 1 of 10 is outstanding. Look at that. 210 versus 147, bro. Come on. Thank you guys to those who have watched. Everyone's been killing it the last few videos. Absolutely smashing the likes and the subscribes and everything. But anyway, enough of that. We're going to hop into the video. The Jake. Oh, welcome to our newest channel member. He was one of the lucky victims that YouTube picked last week.
I was too.
Yeah. YouTube likes to, whenever I gift memberships, I'm not allowed to like pick who I give them to. Mm-hmm. So it's always just random, which is, kind of annoying, but also it kind of worked out this time. So W for YouTube for giving Jake and Maddie giving them some membership love.
Yes.
Oh, look at that. He sent his emoji. Yes. I can send those too. Add emotes. Here we go. Bang, 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 bang. I always do them all, and then I'll pin the chat. That way it's like, oh, join the membership, so that way you can get these cool emojis. Clever. Am I right? And plus, it's funny anyway, so it works out. All right, gamers. So without further ado, this video is called The Only Tool You'll Ever Need. Fun fact about this one, I was going back and forth when I was making the title. I was like, is it the only tool I'll ever need or the only tool you'll ever need? And this morning I had her flip a coin in her head. It's like, okay, is it Isle or Yule? Which one sounds better?
Yule.
Yeah. And I was thinking, like, well, the only tool you'll ever need is probably going to get clicked on a little more. I'm not going to lie. So that's what we ended up with. And clearly that was the right decision, I would say. So I'm going to pull it up. 9 minutes and 34 seconds. Whoa. That's why I always say whoa whenever it first, because it just starts with all the noise, all my talking and stuff. So, all right, gamers. Without further ado, hold on. Got to flip the screen. Director's chair. That's director's chair. Boom. Look at that. Flips it.
Wow.
Isn't that super duper cool? That is the coolest thing I've ever seen. Am I right? Streaming's awesome. It's fun stuff. Okay. So, without further ado, let's director's commentary in 3, 2, 1.
In last week's video, I acquired by completely legal means a 10-year supply of pocket notebooks. Consider this week's video.
Yeah. They're all sitting right here too, chat. If you don't believe me, ask her.
They are.
They're all right here in a big stack. And actually, it's kind of annoying. I was drinking my coffee this morning, and I didn't have my coaster because the books are on top of my coaster.
Well, why'd you do that?
I'm just a horrible person. We're gonna be sneak peek for those of you that are watching this. We're gonna build a shelf for them next week. So stay tuned. Yeah, it's gonna be awesome. I'm so psyched.
A sequel.
When I was shooting this.
I like how you did this.
How it's on beat. So what I did for this, I literally was like, I had the editor pulled up on the screen, and I was over right here. This is where it's all done. This is that. I was like in my beat, I was lining it up in my head, and then I was like, do, and then click, and then I was do, and so I made sure I lined it up. That wasn't just a coincidence. I've done that coincidentally before.
I didn't think it was a coincidence.
Yeah. Well, there's been times where like I've done it by accident. I'm like, hey, that was on beat. That's perfect. But this time I did it on purpose.
I was like, he did that himself.
I did that myself. It was perfect. Let's see. Dad says everything you've ever gotten is right there. And see, this is what I mean by I don't remember. Like there's a delay. I guess everything I've ever gotten like here, maybe I don't remember. That's what I'm talking about, this delay. Also, Jake sends the Brent emoji. That's awesome.
Oh my gosh.
That's hilarious. I love it, dude. The old, what's his name? Kevin James. It's a classic.
Decade worth of pocket notebooks is essentially worthless without some sort of writing tool.
So that little, do you hear the little click of the card when I set it down? That's what's called Foley in the movie industry. That's like, you ever see a movie where like you hear the sound effects of just general random things happening? Like you hear a card click down, or somebody grabs their keys and you hear the jingles.
Yeah.
Like that is what's called Foley. That's just random sound effects. Also, I just realized this door is wide open. Usually it's not. We had to move the gaming chair out of here. Oops. Also, Jake says ASMR pen noise is very nice. Yeah, it was actually really obnoxious so I actually turned the audio down on this one.
I thought it was nice.
Yeah, it's like, pen.
And you have an addition of 2 more pens.
I do. Maddie, for my birthday, she got me the red S-Gel pens. Oh yeah, put her up there. Actually, hold on. We'll make it fancy. That way they can actually see it. Oh yeah.
Oh,
there you go. Look at that. It's red. Isn't that the coolest thing? Come on now. Jake says L noise reduction. I love pens. Yeah, but Jake, trust me when I say your ASMR experience would have been ruined had I jacked up the volume like to regular size. Cause, excuse me, it was a lot louder than I had hoped. So I had to narrow it down just a little bit. Also, Jake says I love pens, dude. Pens, so good. Stationery in general is the best. Oh, speaking of stationery, so whenever I bought all the pocket notebooks last week, there was 2 left. I made sure and left 2. After that, they were there for a while, and then one day I went, and then there was none left. And then just the other day, you and I were there, and they had completely restocked it, and I was like, what if we bought some more pocket notebooks? That ain't happening. Let's see. A Slice of Life says, I work at a stationery store, so the urge to buy pens and notebooks is real. Dude, I couldn't imagine working at one. Oh, that would be the craziest thing ever. Can you imagine like being in front of that stuff all day long?
I know.
Like, oh, that's a cute notebook. Oh,
stuff.
A pen. Oh my gosh, dude, the pens, bro.
I have to comment.
Yeah, she's going to comment and she's going to go through and like all the comments to boost engagement.
That's where the pen comes in. This pen, to be exact.
This pen.
The metal-barreled Sharpie S-Gel with 0.7mm tip. Heavy.
Okay, so you guys noticed the note cards in this video. That's a new thing I started doing because I had this little project. If you guys have watched my Just Garrett channel, it's one of my second channels. I have these new. Actually, I have them right here. I have these. Sorry.
You're good.
I just reaching across the screen. I have these Yolanzi J12 wireless microphones, USB-C, and I wanted to. I honestly, I've seen people where like they hold the little microphone, and I feel like that's kind of. I'm not a huge fan of that. It works for some people, but I didn't feel like it was right for me. So I was like, what can I find that works to attach it to, like a handle? So I was like, hey, there's a paper towel roll. I know this is Maddie's guest microphone, but there's a paper towel roll. So I was like, all right, well, that works. And so I was talking to my dad, and he was like, you should make one of those news microphones where they have the little box on the outside of it and stuff. So the this little guy here is the child of that. I'm gonna take a look here. Here it is. This is the Just Garrett microphone. Subscribe. Got a little foam ball on the top, and it's got the card or the note cards on the side to make it look like a newscaster microphone. It's pretty awesome. Oh, Evan says crying emoji because he uses the wireless microphones, but like you can pull it off. I just don't feel like it's right for me personally. And he says, I guess I need a paper towel roll. Hey, if it works, it works. All I'm saying is it's super cool, but nah, it would be kind of bulky for an Evan Lindy production, but like that it works for your videos. I don't personally feel like they're for me. That's all I'm saying. And then Jake says W mic. Honestly, yeah, they're really good. I love them. They are indeed a W. Director's chair, back in action.
Robust, sleek, beautiful. All these things a pen should be. But as heavy, robust, sleek, and beautiful as it is, it costs anywhere from $5 to $10 for 2 pens.
Yeah, I looked it up. I wanted to figure out the price, and I also too kind of wanted to exaggerate it a little bit for the sake of the video, to make it a little bit more extreme. But I actually did find S-Gel. Like you go to Sharpie's website, they won't tell you the price, but they'll show you where, because they don't sell them directly. They'll show you where you can get them, and then you can from there, like it'll tell you listed from lowest to highest price. The lowest for a 2-pack of the metal pens was like $4.98, and the highest was like $9 or something.
They're expensive.
And I'm like, dog. Jake says, I say it all the time, but the writing is the best addition to any video. Also, when you did the backspace erasing thing, amazing. Dude, that was a royal pain in the neck. We'll get to that later, but oh man, it was a pain because I had to. I'll explain it all when we get there, so stay tuned. Oh, it's the whole thing.
That's absurd.
Oh, you like
I
the
could,
little,
by completely legal
effects?
means, get 100 cheapo pens or cheapo pencils for that cost.
Cheapo.
But I don't care. This pen, these pens, are just
more pen
too
sounds for you,
darn
Jake.
great. So why don't I use just a...
One thing I think is great about this shot, whenever I have the overhead, but it's a little bit wider, it kind of gets framed with all this crud on the outside. The book, the cards.
I like it, though.
I like it, too. Like, it looks... Like, obviously, you have the thing, but I've done it to where there's just the cutting mat, and there's nothing on the outside of it, and it looks too clean. Mm-hmm. It doesn't look like a productive workspace, so I have the... And this is all unintentional. I'm just messy. But there's the book, there's the Zipmate, there's the cards, there's some paper, and there's some paint residue, and little stuff over here. It's like, it's all really cool looking. Mm-hmm. Jake says, transitions are improving amazingly. It's so smooth. Dude, thank you. That was one of those things, like... There's something so... It's one of those... It kind of... Everyone that watches a movie or anything takes it for granted. I've talked to you about it before, like when we're watching a movie, where the audio will come in before the next video clip. So like you'll be seeing something and then you start hearing something else and then it cuts over and it's the audio for the next scene. It just comes in before. So that's one of the big things, the audio transitions. Because honestly, audio transitions is like, that's the main, it's like a big thing. Like you can have whooshes and like cool things on the screen, but that can easily be overdone.
Yeah.
It's like, it's one of those things. But the audio transition is like 90% clutch.
The cheap pencil or a cheap pen.
And it's all jump cuts too. Sorry. It's all jump cuts. Like, nothing fancy. It's all just cut. There's no between. There's no fade. There's no nothing. It's just cut, jump.
Things down. Why must I use the most expensive pen I can find? My reason?
Got the new paint pen because last episode they all died.
Pencils, well, let's just say I don't think they're very realistic.
But Garrett, wait. You can't erase.
You hear that car going by sound effects? So first of all, Jake says it works well for keeping my attention for real. Hey, it's subconscious. That's the beauty part of it. It's like you don't really acknowledge consciously that it's happening. So you heard the car going by sound effect. This was a tricky part in the edit because it was kind of just, I wanted to have this little interjection of like, wait. You're forgetting something. Pens don't erase. And I'm like, okay, so how do I get it to where it kind of works without it being just cutting back and forth with that thing? So I went out and shot that outside. So what I did was I had that, because what I was hearing in real life was cars going by. So I was like, this would kind of, you'd hear it, and then all of a sudden you're outside. So that's what we were talking about just a second ago, that audio transition, where it comes in before, and then it is relevant, because it's cars, that's what I was hearing in real life. I had the microphone up close so you couldn't hear it as well, but it still fits to where you're expecting something different when you hear that sound.
I don't think they're very realistic.
But Garrett, wait. You can't erase with a pen.
It's also windy.
What if you make a mistake?
Okay.
And then I had to, my other self had to come in, like, whoa, stop. Just wait. Hear me out. That way I had to have a way to cut it off aggressively. Because then that kind of can play off it's just a jump cut. Dad says I had erasable ink pens back in high school. Oh, yeah, they make them. They have them for sure.
My mom got my cousin some.
Oh, yeah.
Erasable pens.
Yeah. But, I mean, that was a whole concept I was kind of ignoring when making this video because that really just derailed my whole story.
I know.
Which, on that topic, it's so funny because people have commented, like, that one of my favorite comments I've gotten today was, like, it's amazing. I just sat here and watched a 10-minute video about an ink pen, and I enjoyed every second of it. I'm like, that's exactly what I was going for, and I'm so glad somebody noticed it. Yeah, and that's what somebody else said. They were like, that's a really good story because it's an ink pen. But then there's so much more to it. And Jake says, I just really like how you always have something to grab attention. Works well for me, at least, as a viewer. That's awesome, dude. It's just you don't just do that. They are horrible quality, though. Yeah, the erasable ones. That's why they're erasable, because they make them to where the ink doesn't soak into the paper. It's just a layer. It's kind of like whiteout, where it just kind of sits on top, and the eraser just smears it off.
Yeah. So
it's not really that good quality. But yeah, Jake, that's one of those things I've developed over years and years and years of doing this. You learn how to kind of what looks cool and what... And that's the thing, too, is people overcomplicate it. Most of the time, just do what looks cool. Like, if it looks cool to me, it probably looks cool to somebody else. Predominantly. That's what most of the way it goes. So, that's really dope.
I have a fundamental disagreement with pencils. Hear me out. Remember in school, whenever you were only ever allowed to use pencils and never allowed to use pens?
Oh, yeah, the little clips.
I wonder why that was.
Yeah. I figured out a way you could do it where, like, you could stick your thumb around it there and, like, push up, and it would shoot off of there. And, of course, these pencils and all kinds of different pens, you'd always make little shooters out of them.
Yeah.
Destruction and things. Okay, so this shot, I want to go back and start this one over. So you remember whenever we were in school?
Hear me out.
Like this.
Remember in
this
school,
whole thing?
You were only ever allowed to use
it's
pencils
reversed.
And never allowed to use pens. I wonder why that
See
was.
It now?
Okay, obviously.
So I had done the red circle crossed out with the pen on there, and then I pushed it out of the way, and then I look at the pencil. But I was like, I feel like it needs to be the other way around. And so I reversed it, and then of course it looked smooth as butter.
Yeah.
Because I was like doing the thing, and then it was like seamless. I pulled the thing in, which regular, like if I'd have done that in that order in real life, it would have been hard because they wouldn't have lined up just right.
Yeah.
But doing it reverse, and that's something I've been toying with lately in the recent videos too, is like doing whatever shot but reversing it. And it just adds a whole other element of coolness. Let me get my water from around here. Oh, slicky Ricky.
There's many logical reasons for this.
Peep
but
the hoodie in the chair.
On the surface, you just can't erase a pen, so they didn't want you to use it. But why is not being able to erase such a big issue? How does the ability to erase make anything better? I have a theory.
Pen versus Sil. Also, this is a note I was writing when I was doing some shooting earlier that day. It says, "This is so epic, micro writing." But seriously, it's time for overhead. Yeah, it's time for overhead. As long as I can read it, it doesn't matter. But because there's a couple of shots later on where I had the camera like really, really up close to the book, and you could see like a micro view of up close, super up close of what I was writing. And so I thought it looked really dope. So I wrote that note in there just because I thought it was cool.
See, with a pencil,
and I was getting distracted and I was behind, so yeah.
You can erase any and all mistakes you might make while writing.
Any and all mistakes, you see that?
And that's pretty great.
Yeah, I like
That even sounds like it might be able to improve your writing somehow.
And the erasing, I erased it, but then I reversed it where I was using the eraser, and as I would erase, the words would come back.
Imagine a life where we could completely erase our mistakes from existence. Doesn't matter how many times we mess up.
Just sped up.
We could just erase it and
really?
carry on.
Yeah.
No lessons learned, no reality.
I'm pretty quick. I'm a quick eraser. I have to. Hey.
Just a lot of doing and undoing
And see, this is just unwriting it all.
That's using
undoing it, if you will. Aha, clever. See, that's a method to the madness.
a pencil.
That's using a pencil.
That's impermanence. Okay, now imagine a life not totally
Copy and paste, man. Be stealing the same shots. Jake says, even after you explain it to me, the shots of all the locations with the note is cool to me. But do you just take the shots as you're doing your daily stuff, or do you like drive to places to do it?
Most of it looked like it was here.
It's all here in the shop, yeah. Cause my parents own a business in town, and this is
Look
the building.
at your teeth.
My teeths. They own a building, so like I just back here's my office, and then I just basically have the whole rest of the building running around and shooting stuff. It's so funny the unflattering places that I'll pause.
I'm sorry.
Hey, you can laugh all you want. It's funny. I said. She's making fun of me, guys.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Can't help it.
That's okay.
unlike our own.
Honestly, you're one of the few people I would let make fun of me. But like, I'm not gonna actually do anything to anybody makes fun of me anyway.
I'm making fun of you. It's just like the when you pause it, when you're talking, it's like stuck on something. So it's not like I'm trying to make fun of you.
Oh yeah, yeah. It does look like different locations, but that's also part of the point. Like, I go to different parts of the building and get different shots and all that, and of course, different angles make it look like a different location, but it's just different parts of a room. Mm-hmm. It's like, just even in the office, if I have this shot, you're used to seeing that background, but if I turn the camera and shoot at this wall, you don't see that all the time, so it looks like a different place.
Yeah.
Or it could be a different place, and you have a hard time just from watching, grasping the actual scale of the room.
Yeah.
Which is kind of a cool thing, you know.
We can't erase our mistakes.
Also, I didn't realize before shooting this that Sharpie S-Gels, one of their main selling points is smear-proof technology. So they don't smear. The ink doesn't smear. However, one of the things that I said was you smear and you tarnish your environment. I was expecting the ink to smear. It did not smear. So I was like, crap, I gotta over-exaggerate. So that's how the paper ended up tearing, which you'll see in a second. Also, Lyndon says, yo, what's up, man?
Yo.
Welcome in. Maddie says yo as well.
What's the word?
I'm also so used to going right here to the microphone, even though I don't have to. And you're probably it's so funny because I'm probably loud and you're probably really, really quiet.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's okay. We ball. Anyway, so yeah, I was expecting the ink to smear and it didn't. So we had to take drastic measures, and this is
No matter how hard we try, in an attempt to erase
literally nothing. It's crazy.
We smear and we tarnish our environment.
See, we smear.
Yet the mistake still remains. These mistakes cannot be undone.
See? It's not gone.
However,
the mistake's still there.
In this particular life,
Jake says the audio is even, actually. Wow, okay, cool.
we can acknowledge the permanence of our
Have,
actions.
two different.
If we
See, I think this is one of those things. We were talking about this earlier. Mm-hmm. I have a hard time explaining why I did this, but it's cool.
But it fits.
It does exactly. I get and I understand it.
It's showing you,
Try to explain it for me, because I don't know how to explain it.
Well, there's the camera on you, so you can see. I need this.
Okay.
So I can.
You gotta show me.
So you can see yourself.
Yeah.
But then you can see that you're writing, but then this is showing what you're writing.
Okay.
So it's kind of the same
It's
thing.
Two things happening at once.
You might be writing something completely different here, but it doesn't look like it.
Yeah. It's all about the illusion. It's movie magic.
It's just we're watching you write, but then we also get to see what you're writing.
Yeah. That makes sense. That's not how I intended it, I don't think.
I don't know.
But it makes sense. Like, I think...
In this particular life, we can acknowledge the permanence of our action.
No, I think that's basically it. That's the explanation of what I feel. I just haven't articulated it into a way that's like...
Yeah. The only thing that is, like, that makes it different from, like, what I just
surface.
said, though, is the surface.
Yeah, and that's where I was at. Yeah, that's where I was at. But, like, also, if you watch it and it goes by in, like, 2 seconds, you're not going to notice that.
No.
You're going to just see, okay, I'm writing, and I'm writing. It's cool. Jake says it's like a metaphor for the complexities of life, for real. Dude, this whole my man. It's like, it's all so complex, man. Great shot. Thanks, Johnny. Legend.
See? Dude. Not the only one.
See? So this is also the beauty of it, and honestly, why I consider a lot of these videos to be art. I feel like calling your own stuff art, I feel like is one. Van Neistat made a whole video about this, talking about, like, anyway, art is... One of the beautiful things about art is that it's up to the viewer's interpretation. It's up to the consumer's interpretation.
I mean, I did something like this for my photography class.
Yeah? What was it?
I had like 2 photos where it's like one person stayed in the same spot for like both photos, like exactly the same spot. And then I was in one photo and then it was only the one person in the other one. So like in one shot there was 2 of us, in one shot there was the other one, and she stayed perfectly still, like didn't even move. And then I took the opacity down on the picture with me in it.
Yeah.
And then it made me look like a ghost because it was for my like horror prompt. So like I kind of did this theme of like this friend reminiscing on memories with her late friend because it was like all in like a playground.
Yeah.
So
that's cool. I remember those. You showed me those.
Yeah, there was like one where she's on like we were both on the swings. Yeah. And like she's really in focus and I'm on another swing like looking at her.
Yeah, you're like, hey.
But
you don't know I'm here, but I'm here.
Yeah.
That's so cool. Yeah. And see, that's another thing that's so good is that picture tells a story. Mm-hmm. And that's something that, like Jake is saying here, he says, I F with your videos because you have to actually think deeper. If you take it at surface level, it's cool. But if you think harder, it's like, whoa. See, that's what's so awesome. It's like, that's a hard line to balance, too, because making it look cool on the surface level to enjoy it without thinking makes it easy to watch.
Yeah.
But if you really sit there and think about it, there's so much that may or may not be in
that picture.
Yeah, go for it. But things that may or may not be intentional that people can interpret because, like I said, anyone can interpret it any way depending on what they're going through or what they're dealing with in their life or whatever. Like, it all just depends on how you interpret it, which is so cool. So, like, this could mean something to one person and it means something different to the other person. And I was the one who made it and I just thought it looked cool. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, like, it's just one of those things.
I don't think I have it. Plus, I don't want to, like, show the other person who's in it.
Right. Without their consent. Without the express written consent of the NBA.
Privacy purposes. But
respect.
It was really cool.
It's dope. It's like this, but the shot of my hand is a person, and then the shot of me writing is another person, and they're all in the same location. Mm-hmm. And actually, there's a thing I shot somewhere later in this video, I think, where I'm in this. It's the same exact shot, but I move seats. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, sorry.
It's okay. And like I could have done that where I had the same thing, and like the opacity is different, so like you could see 2 times.
Can I steal one?
Absolutely, you can. Lyndon says, my friend is dumb and gets high a lot. The things he texts me after are like the kind of stuff y'all talking about right now. Oh, hey man. But see, this is the thing. It's just movie magic. We have 0 drugs. It's just cool. It's just movie magic. It's just art, man. It's beautiful. Wild cherry. My favorite's the strawberry. Dog, the strawberries are so good. Shout out to Wildberry Skittles. So dog. Anyway, Jake says, it's cool because you can't control how it's interpreted. So 100 people can have 100. That's so right, dude. Apparently, he thinks about life when high. See, I'll be thinking about, gotta go.
BRB.
BRB. She's got an important business call to attend to.
I can't get out.
Uh-oh, the chair. Bye-bye. See you soon. Okay, she's got an important conference call to attend to. She's a business lady. She's out here getting her bag. But anyway, dude, it's so awesome that we're, interpreting things the way that we do. It's so cool because everybody, like I said, everyone has their own prior experiences. So taking one thing, and even at face value, can be taken differently. Or like, this is a shot of me writing. but what does it mean? You know, it's like everyone can take it a different way. It just depends on what you want.
If we make a mistake, do somebody wrong, do ourselves wrong, we may not be able to...
And if you notice, too, the shot behind it, like you see what I'm writing, and then the next shot changes.
Wrong.
It's just a different angle, which is another thing that's like one of those that keeps you kind of there, you know, keeps you into it. What's up?
Sorry. Teacher things.
Teacher things. Hey, man. She's out here. I'm going to have to steal some of these now. Got red and blue. 2 best colors in the world. Jake says the videos help a lot since you explain your creative intentions and shit maybe you don't even really know sometimes. Hey, I will say, as a creative person, most of the time, I don't know. It's just instinct. Mark Corbett says, hello from Rhode Island. Found your channel, been enjoying your videos. Hey, thanks, man. Thanks, Mark. I appreciate you, dude. Here's your ear.
Thank you.
We got Skittles. Ready to rock and roll. I was just showing them. You were out there, but this shot behind
we can acknowledge the permanence of our actions. If we make a mistake, do somebody wrong,
different shot. If you're not really paying that much attention, it's hard to notice that, but it's just one of those little things. It's a cool little element, keep you interested and like keep you in it. You know what I'm saying?
This is off topic, but the wild cherry ones of these taste like the throat lozenges, whatever they're called. They're like the wild cherry throat soothing things.
Cough drops?
No, it's not cough drops. It's just throat soothers.
I don't know. They're yummy though. I don't know. That's okay. I'm sorry.
Gotta scuff my new shoes.
Scuffing up her J's. We got 12 people here. Thanks for being here, guys. Holy crap. 12 folks.
Ourselves wrong. We may not be able to erase it. But what we can do...
And see, even if you're paying super duper close attention like this, you can easily tell I'm not writing the same thing that you see, but... Again, okay. This is something I wanted to share. Now that we're on the subject, I'm going to pull the big camera up.
Ew.
What?
Those are gross.
What did you have? Melonberry?
ones.
Oh, those are fire, dude. More for me, then. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. I'm going to show you what I was writing. So in this video, I was going to show you the other day, too, but I never did. In this video, when I was shooting the shots of me writing, I wanted to make it look like I was actually writing something. So what better way to fake writing than by actually writing? So what I did, let me see here. Let's see. Shot list. Aha! I wrote page after page of just random stuff. So I'll read you some because it's director's commentary and this is part of the movie I made. I said, in these pages, I'm going to take writing, or what the heck? Oh yeah, I am going to be writing sentences for the B-roll to make it look like I am writing. This shot looks pretty neat. The notebook is lined up in the center of the screen while the table is on the bottom third and I am in the rest of the frame. And I was like describing some of the shots I was getting. And just a bunch of other funny stuff. Like, let's see here. There's one, where is it that I wrote down? Oh yeah. I said, Curry from way downtown, bang! Oh, what a shot by Curry! I was just writing random stuff just for having something to write. It was look like I was
That was a
writing.
good shot, though, the other day.
Yeah. Maddie's getting into basketball, so she's over here. Like, we were watching the Golden State game. She was at her house, I was at my house. And we were Snapchatting back and forth. And I was like, oh my god, did you see that? She was like, yes! I was like, ah! It's so awesome. So awesome. This is wifey material right here. Yeah! Let's go! Jake sends a Vlogmas emoji. Look at that. If you want to get the cool emojis, you know where you can get them. Oh, yeah, you can send your emojis, too.
Because I'm not a member.
No, you are. Oh, you are now a member. I thought you said you're not a member. Look at that. Oh, she sent an olive. Nice. Hey. Come on now, you guys know what to do.
Is learn from these mistakes. By acknowledging our mistakes and our mess-ups, we have a much better time.
Real quick. Mark says, been using Penn's bullet journal typewriter for some time. I like the Zebra F701 and Pilot G2. I like the Pilot pens a lot. My only issue with them, literally the only problem I've had, is that the tip is so pointy, it kind of, depending on the paper, it rips.
Yeah.
But if it's like a good quality piece of paper, it typically doesn't.
I don't like the pointy pens.
Yeah. In this video, you'll see I transplanted the 1.0 millimeter tip. So it's like pretty round.
I have some of the Zebra ones.
The zebra ones.
Yeah, I think my coworker got them for me as like a welcome basket.
Oh, that's cool.
There was like a pack of the zebra. I think they're zebra.
Nice. Jake says, man, I want a typewriter so bad, especially after your brief mention in the video. Hey, dude, Van Neistat, he says you can get those exact ones on eBay, and his saying that probably jacked the price up a lot, but...
Probably.
And then Johnny says, I'm also a zebra user. Man, the zebra gum? Remember that? The zebra stripe gum?
Oh.
Flavored lasted for 35 seconds?
Do you remember the ice cream gum?
Ice cream gum?
You don't remember those?
No.
There was like hot fudge sundae, but
Dog.
gum.
That sounds terrible,
weird.
actually.
Yeah.
I mean, that sounds really bad. Oh, writing a novel on a typewriter would be so sick. Just bang, 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 bang.
Do I have to keep this in?
Not necessarily, unless you want to hear the video.
Oh.
That's what it is.
Time of improving and using these mistakes, these mess-ups, for good, for betterment. Now that's using a pen. That's
Okay.
real.
You want to see that again? I'm gonna show you this.
For
When I say that's using a pen, and I set the pen down, and it kind of cuts there, that's because the pen is round, and I had to balance it to get it to where it would show Sharpie S gel right at the top. So in order to get that shot the way I wanted it, I had to cut, and it was kind of annoying. So I had to get it as close as I possibly could. So like, if you're not paying attention, you don't notice.
Betterment. Now that's using a pen.
Yeah.
That's real life.
Just
So the
watching
reason
it, though, you can't
Exactly.
tell.
Exactly. One of the things in this video too, I had a lot of trouble with actually. It's kind of a pain in the neck, but getting the music right, where like it kind of felt right and everything like that. Finally did it, but good grief. Sometimes that's the hardest part, to get the feel, to match the feel that you're going for. It's really, really tough. But that's why Epidemic Sound is great, because there's the library is huge. Like you have 40,000 tracks to pick from or something crazy like that.
when I use a pen instead of a pencil is because I would rather have a more real and a more raw writing experience instead of having to go back and fix everything and think too much about it. I just would rather when I'm
Think too much about it. That's so real though,
I'm
because
hurt myself doing that.
don't do that. But anyway, that's so true though. I don't know if you guys have done this, but like, if you're writing something like typing it or whatever, or like typing it on a computer, it's like
You like lose what you're thinking about.
you lose what you're thinking of, and then you overthink it because you're so easily able to just backspace and then go up. I had to watch that Van Neistat video, the one I referenced in this one, like the full thing.
I've watched that before.
Really?
Yeah, you've shown me it.
We need to go through and like binge his entire channel because it's so good. I'm obsessed.
writing one of these videos or just writing in general, I would rather have it come out to the paper as it was
Like
initially
that.
intended.
I could just put those shots together, change the opacity, and then I'm in the same shot twice. Or I could even cut it down the middle. I could crop this half of one video and this half of the other video, and it could be the same video. I'm sitting in both chairs at the same time. I've done that before, actually, where I play basketball against myself.
Yeah.
Mark says, I know the fine point I did not like because of the roughness, but I like the next up bold. Oh. Is there a thicker tip? Because if that's what you mean, that sounds dope. Huh.
Intended, not as I edited it in my head. I think of it and I write it, and then if
Look
I
at that
want to change
focus.
it later or
That was
That's so crispy. That is the product showcase mode. What that does is it senses what's in closest proximity to the lens, and it focuses on it.
Yeah.
And I like, see, with the ZV-1, it's kind of a pain, honestly, but there's the regular shooting mode, and then there's product showcase, which product showcase has a wider lens, or a wider shot. The regular, like the stable mode or whatever, has a cropped in shot, and the focus, it typically focuses on faces. You have to work to get it focused somewhere else. But the product showcase, it's always what's closest. Always what's closest to the lens. How many cameras do you have? Just ZV-1 and GoPro? How many do I have? I have the ZV-1, the GoPro, my phone, and then there's the camcorder. If you know, the OG vlog camera. She knows the OG vlog camera.
Yes.
And yeah, and I have the GoPro Hero 4. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cameras, and I use 3. I use the ZV-1, the Hero 11, and the phone. You had a little tension on the thing. And
Sorry.
Come on, you're good. Don't worry. These things hurt your ears, don't they?
Yes.
Yeah. See, I got big old ears, and they feel really good. I like these a lot.
I don't.
I'm one of the rare people that actually enjoy these Apple earbuds.
Immediately after, I just write it again. Or
write it again,
but write it differently. Or something, you know.
You can always see these little Easter eggs, too, of like, I'll just go page by page, so like you can see what I just wrote in the previous shot on the other page, and I just start the next page. Jake says, any upgrades coming, or is it perfect as is? That's too expensive, brother. I'm going to leave it as is because I have no problems with the current gear that I've got going on. The only, like, I just bought this yesterday, the day before. Bought a new hard drive because I've had this current hard drive, 4 terabytes, since December of 2022, and I have, like, 500 gigs left. And if you shoot 4K video, you know 500 gigs is nothing. Like, next week's video and maybe the week after that, be done for. Crazy.
Not go back and fix it.
This is a fun one.
You don't see, with the erasing, you don't see this process that happens, and that
honestly,
process.
I was in such a good creative flow sitting here writing, like in the reading room. So dope. Great lighting too, or good lighting.
This is one of the best parts of writing is you're finding that voice. You're finding how you like and how you best express ideas. So instead of having the ability to erase, the ability to make everything seem perfect, I would rather use a pen.
When I said perfect, I wanted to
erase. The ability to make everything seem perfect.
So I usually will put this B-roll in order of how I shoot it. This is not in order because I was referring to trying to make everything perfect. And I wanted whenever I said the word perfect, I wanted it to cue up a shot of me. I wanted to cue up a shot, like a straight on, evenly lined up, like perfect, in air quotes, shot. Let's see. Johnny says, buy NAS server. Oh, like a NASA thing? Is that what you meant? Brother, that's way expensive. Holy moly. Then Jake says, every room you have is so aesthetic, it's crazy, dude. My mom designed this entire thing, basically. This is mostly all her vision. Killing it, dude. She's absolutely phenomenal. And then Mark says, your lighting's great. Thanks, dude.
I would rather use a pen. This pen.
See that? Hold on.
Make everything seem.
I wonder if anybody noticed this.
I would rather use a pen.
There's a little hunk taken out of there.
Yeah, I noticed.
The hunk is this arrow. That's the button for the backspace you'll see shortly. No, we didn't miss it. Oh, hey! She got it right here. Look at that. She has it. See, there's all sorts of fun little props.
Ha.
Ha. That was actually, remember when in the shot earlier when I dumped out my cup with all the pens? Those were in the bottom of the cup.
You got ha? Or ah!
Ah! So it's ha or oh my. She's funny. NAS for storage. Oh, I'm sorry. NAS server. Oh, dude, that's my bad. Yeah, I didn't know that.
The library vibes? I mean, it is a coffee shop and a bookstore.
It is. Gives like library vibes. Best possible way. I love library. Yeah, no, it's the building and the business is coffee shop / bookstore. So they have like a bunch of books up there. It's super dope. Coffee shop / bookstore. Boom. That's actually that room I refer to as the reading room. That's the reading room where like, you know, the coffee shop's over there with all the books and everything. You can go over there and just sit down and read. It's literally like a library where like they have you can sit and read. Yeah, Johnny, I'm just getting another Western Digital 5 terabyte hard like external, thing. Good enough for what I'm after. That's a sick business. I love that, dude. It's so awesome. It's great. People around here love it. Also, peep the shot list. Peep the shot list. How I've been doing it. You see, I have squares, I have little boxes, bottom right hand corner for you guys watching. Open boxes, and then as I go in, I fill it in. So like I'll get this shot, scribble it in, so on and so forth. So on. It's like, ugh. So this is a cool thing about this is you guys watching the director's commentaries, and if you ever come back and watch the whole thing afterwards, you know how these things be going.
This pen to write.
Fun fact too: the S-gel, the metal S-gels, that S-gel is actually solid black. You see what I'm saying? You can't see it.
Oh.
So what I did, I went through with whiteout. I just slopped it on there. And actually I took the X-Acto knife and I kind of cut in the letters that way the paint would hold. And then I slopped it with whiteout. And then I let it dry and I scraped off the excess and now it's left as the letters. So I can read the letters.
I didn't realize you couldn't see them.
Yeah. On the regular ones you can, but the metal ones you can't. So I had to fix it.
Nice.
Aren't they? Aren't they slicky Ricky? And they're heavy. I love that they're so heavy.
My grandparents got them.
I know. Shout out to her grandparents. They're awesome pens. I love them. And then the Jake, my man, says, did you include every one of those shots or did you cut a few? Actually, of all the shots, well, that's the thing, is how I'll do it is I'll edit the voiceover stuff first. Like, I'll get sort of the story down in the editing timeline, and then I'll go back through. And the shot list is made up of things I'll go through. I want this, 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 I want to be able to see this. So every shot is 100% deliberate, and it's all intentional. So that shot list, every single one that I checked off, I used.
Nice.
So everything I used. And that's also an efficient way to do it because sometimes I do it other ways, but this particular instance, I just got exactly what I needed, and then I used it exactly. Whereas sometimes I'll just shoot whatever, and then if it works, I'll put it in. It just depends on the video. Hey, I like that emoji you got there. Where'd you get that? Oh my gosh. I actually gave it to you, so.
This pen allows me to get my ideas out purely, as they are, without changing them. This pen is as direct...
You want to know why the lights flicker on the camera? Because the lights flicker quickly anyway, but it's so quick we can't see it.
Yeah.
But it's the frame rate in which you shoot it. It's why it does that.
Hold on. My pen just ran out of ink. I'm literally writing this video. And my pen...
Product showcase mode, man.
Completely out of ink. I've never done that with a gel pen before. Look at that.
See? I want to talk on this real quick. This is something that, I don't know, not that long ago, I would have never let this be one cut. This whole, when I said earlier, start to finish, one cut. Except there's probably like one cut at the end, but like, that was all one. Like, I literally was writing the video. I'm like, this has to go in. So I was really fast. I was writing the stuff. It's like, camera, boom, turn it on. Guys, guess what happened? Explain the situation. So like, it's nuts.
Actually, no ink left in that.
Oh, sorry. I like that you included this. It was a nice, funny pause to the video, like another metaphor for how life is imperfect. Dude, I didn't even. That's awesome. Yes, and like, it almost. If you're taking it at face value, it almost acts as the conflict. And obviously, the story itself, the conflict is much bigger than that. But if you're taking it at face value, the conflict as well. In the middle, his pen ran out of ink. Is he gonna get it replaced or whatever? And then the next is just,
Wow.
And then there's no dialogue. Mess. It looks this is such an aesthetic mess, though. Transplant. This was so wild too, because literally I was writing and it just stopped. I've never run a pen that low on ink before. It just stopped writing because there was no ink. See how full that is? This was like, what, 3 days ago? 3-4 days ago? It's already like half an inch lower. This music I think fits really well. It's like, kind of like.
Okay,
I wrote.
that's better.
You guys see what I wrote? On there, I wrote, okay, that's better. And that's what I said. I was literally writing what I was saying, like the script, and then I was reading it off, so it's like perfect timing.
This pen is a direct transfer of ideas from brain to paper. The ideas run from my brain, down my neck, through my shoulder, down the length of my arm, drip into my hand, and out my pen, onto paper.
Ooh! This was that shot I was talking about earlier with the... Sorry. You weren't expecting that. This was the shot I was talking about earlier. How it's like, ooh, micro writing. That's so cool.
And out my pen, onto paper.
Look at that. Like, you have focus, and then complete blur outside of that.
Yeah.
That's so neat. Jake says, the subtle creative nuances. I didn't even catch that. Like the going down my neck and my spine and stuff, or whatever, my neck and my arm and everything.
To paper. The ideas run from my brain, down my neck, through my shoulder, down the length of my arm, drip into my hand, and out my pen, onto paper. So with the pen, there is no erasing. when I'm writing.
That's so nice to be able to see it up close how it writes. It's so smooth and satisfying.
Oh, going back and erase.
That's that shot I was showing you the other day. This is one of my favorite shots I got through the B-roll. When you wrote "that's better" and didn't say it. Oh yeah. No, I said it too. I said, okay, that's better. I said it, but it was because that was what I wrote on the paper, and you saw that. Like that's sort of almost like a fourth wall break, where you see, you know, I'm looking at the camera. It's really, really neat.
Erasing and, you know, fixing. There's just writing, and if there's something that I don't like, I'll just
I like this shot.
Write the same idea again, but in a different way to where I might like it a little better. So imagine if I just wrote with a pencil all the time. I would first of all never fill up a pocket notebook because I would just erase, and I would like use a page and fix the page and then write another sentence and then fix it, shorten it.
See this really sloppy stuff up here? I was trying to write while just holding it in my hand. And I was like, what I was writing was it's super hard to write when you don't have a support to lean it on.
Yeah.
Which is another metaphor for life if you want to go that route.
Do a bunch of different things to it. Like having that
also subscribe.
Having that overabundance of ability to edit something that you've written. It can be a crutch. It can be something that, you know, it seems on the surface as
over-editing
a good thing,
is indeed a
but
crutch.
in reality,
missing out
it's
on
holding
DNA.
us back.
Right.
As creative people, we need to be able to fluidly and
shout out to the
without interruption express our ideas and get our ideas down. That's why I love the pocket notebook, and that's why I love the pen. No pencil, no nothing.
That was subtle.
The pen.
Subtle, smooth. I said that's why I like the pen. And right on pen, cut to the pen overhead. And then I threw the pencil, of course.
Because before my ideas are
Minecraft
anything,
music.
they are ink in this pen.
Yeah, it does.
I stole that from Van Neistat, but he uses pencils and we don't do that around here. And two, there's a lot of times where I'll be writing an idea down, and halfway through writing it, I'm like, I don't really like how this turned out. But I commit to finishing the idea, to finishing the thought, writing it to completion.
That's a pretty shot.
That way, I can fully understand whether or not I actually
also, there's why.
But if I was writing something with a pencil, I would get halfway through it and be like, I don't like this. So then I'd erase it, and then whatever that seed was for that idea is completely gone. There is no more, that idea doesn't exist anymore. Even the
Jake says #1 pencil hater. That's awesome. I said, actually that's funny. That one is called free real estate. It's like that meme, a guy said, it's free real estate. And I said, that's my version of, it's free real estate.
fragmented part
There's
of it
a
I
meme
had already
somewhere
written,
that, actually.
from its original state, it is gone forever. In one of Van Neistat's videos, he talks about why he uses a typewriter over a computer to write, to type. And
fun fact,
his
sledgehammer, it's a homemade lamp. That is the coolest thing. He made a video making it. So awesome. It's like a really heavy, obviously it's a 8-pound sledgehammer, it's a base. Then he's got like this factory light on the top of it or whatever. Super sick.
Nice.
It's a homemade destroyer lamp. It's the coolest thing.
For that.
And this background is a book. He hand typed it on his typewriter.
Yeah, he said that in his video.
Oh, I'm glad you remember. I enjoy explaining these things to people. But for those of you that don't know, this background of his shot, he typed an entire novel out on one giant sheet of paper. So you could see the whole book all at once. Plus all the illustrations. So awesome, dude. Spent like months and months and months doing that.
Reminds me
sold it for a lot of money, though.
A lot of why I use a pen instead of a pencil. Because he doesn't like you.
Jake says, wait, the background is sick! That's what I'm talking about, dude. That's mad, dude. I need to get me something like that.
You should.
I should do something. I want to do something cool for a background. Write that down in the pocket notebook.
Using the computer because you can backspace. You can type all this stuff and then you realize it's not really what you want to say, so you backspace and you erase it and then you change it.
So now that we're here, I'm going to explain that because this was a pain in the neck.
Not really what you want to say, so you
Although it's one of those I had to get a rhythm before I could do it.
Did you reverse it? And then like you did that as you wrote it?
Uh-huh.
And then you reversed it?
Evan says, is this track on Epidemic? Yeah, bro, I'll send it to you. On Discord, I'll send you the link to it. But yeah, so what I did was I had this little sticker. Not sticker, but, you know. Actually, I have the note card, too. Let's see if I can find it. Isn't this... You could see them all in real time. Okay, here we go. So, I have the note card here. What I did was, I had this. I traced that over here, so it's like a blank. You know, you click it and it turns the color. And so I did tap, keep, and then I untapped and then tapped and then on, and then untapped, tapped, and all this time I would untap and I would hold my finger up like that, and I would move the thing, and then I would take it back, and then so I would go back and forth, and then I went and reversed it all, and then that's how it ended up. But I had to cut it, so it was like it's like I was.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Jake says I love things like that where he puts so much time into it. I need to try it, dude. Literally, what was this, like a 2-second clip? Took me half an hour. Like, oh my gosh.
Evan said it feels like Minecraft. You just said.
Yeah, that's what we talked about. Yeah, we said that. No, I'll send it to you because a lot of these, I think almost all of the songs I use in this video are melody or instrumental stems. I don't remember, but I love just using a stem instead of like using it to transition. Like I love just having the stem because it's such a simple. Like it's not. You don't have all this orchestrated stuff going on in your back of your head. You just have one line like bing boom, bing boom.
Yeah.
Super simple, one line instead of like a whole score of stuff. Just I feel like it makes it easier to digest and like kind of makes it more because every song has its own narrative, and so it lends itself more to my narrative if it's stem gang. Evan, yes sir.
Basically, you erase it and then
Totally worth $112 a year too. That's all it is, like $10 a month. But I could pay it yearly, which is cheaper per month. So dope.
you change it instead of like you're
The whole time I have the pen
with the backspacing or the erasing of the thing.
Also, you see that where it's like a big old white blob right here? That was when I had just put that on there.
You take away what is your voice and you replace it with the attempt to be perfect. So in an attempt to find my voice,
I don't know, it just looks
to
right.
follow it, I use a pen.
This was all shot. I explain it, but like I had a different outro that I shot and I did not like it. So this is at nighttime and my hair's all nasty and messed up and I have my earbuds in because I was like, I don't like it. So I paused the edit, got the camera back out, and then just shot it.
I allow myself in my writing to be imperfect.
Whoa!
As a matter of fact, the ending of this video I have rewritten because I felt like my initial draft just didn't tie itself together very well. That's okay. That's life.
It's one of those little things.
We try, we fail, we try again, and maybe we succeed. I don't want to be perfect in my life, in my creativity, in my work, or whatever. I want to be sloppy, messy. I want to use a pen because that's how life is. And that's how I am the most creative. There's beauty in mistakes. There's clarity in sloppy handwriting.
I thought that was the most clever thing I've ever written. There's beauty in mistakes, and there's clarity in sloppy handwriting. Come on, that's dog. Any bleed through with the Sharpie on the note cards? Oh, actually, this is all paint pen, Mark. So glad you asked, my friend. So what I actually do with the Sharpie on the note cards, yes. But the reason I use paint pen is because it does not bleed. Because it's paint. It's literally just paint and it's in a tip. So it does not bleed. So that's why I use the paint pens. The Sharpie through these note cards, 100% bleed all the way through. But, man, what a philosopher. Dog, Jake, you know it, man.
I use a pen.
And to be efficient, the one it was a pen, and then on the back was clarity. So like you saw the little notch taken out of the corner on that shot. That's efficiency. Gotta use the note because that's 72 whole cents for all those things, man. You know.
Oh man.
I know, but honestly though, I gotta use them. I gotta use both sides. Yeah. And if it's paint pen, it doesn't bleed, so I can.
Gel, metal barrel, transplanted 1.0 millimeter.
Fun fact. Which one was it? I think it was Too Darn Great. This card. That's how that paint got there.
Oh.
Because I had not let it dry long enough, so when I flipped it over, I smeared it, which was fine because it looks cool now. Like it's just scarred, you know. How's the zip wallet holding up? Phenomenally. The only thing is the tip where my pen is. Sometimes if it's in my pocket, it'll click the little thing, and it's got ink, and it actually wore a little bitty hole because of the tip. It's hard to see unless the pen's in there, but look.
Yeah.
There it is. Boop. But other than that, I mean, it's absolutely amazing. Could not recommend it enough. And there's also an affiliate link in the description if you are in the mood for that kind of thing.
Your tip, now with full ink, and
see that's another thing too. Story-wise,
now with full ink.
Now with full ink. It's at the beginning I said this is my pen, the S Gel 0.7 blah blah blah. Now it's the S Gel 1.0 with newly transplanted ink cartridge that is now full. And when talking about story, that's from the beginning of the story to the end of the story. Part of what makes it a story is some change. Mm-hmm. That is one of those subtle little changes that happened in this video. So, how's the Zip Wallet commissions going? Solid, my man. Solid. Mm-hmm. Solid. I don't know if I'm allowed to say. There's no rules. I could probably say whatever I want, but let's just say solid. The first month, solid. I was surprised, actually, how much it was. Mm-hmm. Genuinely. It's 20% commission. But, like, they sell some pretty high dollar things. So, like, It's, all right, Mark's need to head out DoorDash and catch on the flip side. Take her easy, Mark. Go get that bread, brother. And deliver that bread to somebody else because they ordered it. You know how it goes. Thank you for being here, Mark. Take her easy.
Transplanted 1.0 millimeter.
Yeah, this pen is
now
one of the
ink,
transitional
and
things.
it's the only tool that I'll ever need.
And then, doop. Shout out to new patron Super Average Jason and all the other patrons. Thank you for patronizing the channel, being a member of the Patreon. Cool wallet. Hey, thanks, man. Oh, 10-year supply notebooks is up next. Influence Van Neistat. Good one. That's a banger. It's a half-hour episode. Love that one. All right, everyone. Man, W video. Thank you, Jake. Look at that. We were at like 9, 10 concurrent viewers the whole time. Average view duration of 22 minutes. For an hour stream, that's nuts. So thank you guys for being here. That's actually insane. Love this one especially. Jake, thank you. I'm so glad you loved it, dude. Seriously. I loved it too. And I'm so glad that everyone liked it because, like, this was one that I made in crunch time. Like, I only made this one in, like, 2 days.
Yeah. No, it turned out really good.
Yeah, I'm so happy with it. I'm glad you liked it. And thank you for being here and doing this with me. Yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed having the extra point of view and perspective, a.k.a. the wife, the future wife anyway. Mm-hmm. Hope I contribute to those watch hours. Hey, dude. Jake, you're one of the legends being here and watching, so thank you, man. I'm going to send all the love. Everybody gets some love. Whee! So now we're going to go home. We're going to make some Alfredo.
Yep.
Dog, I'm so excited. Jake says W guest.
Oh, thank you.
W guest. Go you. Go you.
You know what I was thinking?
What's up?
What if we got some cheesecake? Like we're at Olive Garden, you know? Have some, like, pasta and then...
All right, guys, we're going to go eat cheesecake. Bye. We'll get those, like, they're like $5 from Walmart.
And you get 2 of them.
We're going to go get cheesecake. Because of such a successful commentary stream, we're getting cheesecake. This is one of the many reasons why I'm going to marry you, because she promotes cheesecake. Yes! See you, Gare. Thanks, Jake. Thanks to everybody for being here. Thanks for hanging out with us all. Having a grand old time. I'm going to turn the game back down before I forget and scream at you guys later.
This out of my ear.
Yep, go for it. I don't blame you. All right. Thanks for the gift again. Hey, man. Hey, I'm happy to give it to you, dude. Happy for everyone that got it. Thank you all so much. Hey, enjoy the emojis, Jake. Enjoy the emojis. Everybody, thank you so much for being here. It's been real. It's been fun. It's been really fun. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.